So the awareness of the vasanas in the waking and the dream state is one. It's the same awareness. So, meaning what? I don't have to change states to get enlightened. I don't have to get to some special, because even if I get to a special fourth state or a special samadhi state, this is the whole yoga thing. I get to a special samadhi state. Nirvikalpa samadhi. Savikalpa samadhi. Even if I get to one of those incredible states, the awareness that's shining on the state is what? Same one that's right here now. So why am I going to go there looking for awareness when awareness is presently here? It makes sense. It doesn't make sense. As you know, this is my pet peeve. This is people trying to experience awareness and thinking enlightenment is to be gained in some sort of experience in some other place other than here. Waking from deep sleep, one consciously remembers the lack of perception of objects. You know you didn't perceive anything when you wake up. Because remembrance or memory consists of previously experienced objects, it is clear that in deep sleep, lack of knowledge of objects is experienced. That's a poor sentence. I thought I was clever, but I really didn't.
Does that mean there's no memory?
Yeah, well, that's right. There's no memory in deep sleep, but what? Consciousness is there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So consciousness knows that it didn't experience objects.
Nothing to remember.
There's nothing to remember. Good. See, these guys are so great, huh? I mean, huh? How they're thinking, how they're looking. The scientific analysis of this.
Yeah, they threw away all the dogma, and said, well, you're not a sinner. We're not even going to start at that point. We're just going to start.
Yeah, we're not going to consider all of this beliefs and ideas and opinions and religion and all that stuff. Let's just look at our own experience directly and have a look. There's a nice little book that's out called The Transparency of Things by an English fellow named Rupert Spira, which presents Vedanta, although he doesn't call it Vedanta, in a very, very clear, simple, experiential way, with the same kind of approach. Let's just look at our experience and see if things are substantial or real, or if they're actually transparent. And so he has a very gentle kind of it's a very aesthetic kind of investigation he does in this little book called The Transparency of Things. Ignorance of objects is the object of awareness in deep sleep. Awareness wants I'm adding a little something here. Awareness wants to be ignorant of objects. That's what it does there. It provides itself with ignorance of objects. What? Ignorance of objects is a problem. It doesn't have to be a problem, but it can be a problem. And for when awareness thinks it's a person, dealing with objects means your life. Dealing with your life, it can be a problem. So you can understand why people want to sleep, why people get on these tamasic states, and why they get drugged and so forth. Their lives are too much for them to handle. They want to be free of objects. They hide out in their rooms and close the doors and turn out the light and cover their head and try to sleep as much as they can, because objects, they don't know how to handle objects.
I've heard people say too much information.
Information overload. Here in this culture, it's awful. And particularly in a city, you get to say, I was recently way out in the Imnaha River and out in eastern Oregon. There weren't that many objects, and the objects that were there were not putting out any kind of bad vibrations, and most of them were kind of beautiful and peaceful. It was nice, rivers and birds and mountains and trees and stuff. And those objects aren't really a problem, but you get here in the city, and my God, you're bombarded all the time, not just with your own thoughts, but with this ocean of thoughts that just shaking all the time, huh? You can feel it. You're negotiating. You get, you drive down the street and you don't know what's going to happen. You're just scanning every second, because somebody else's mind, they get on their cell phone. It happened to me the other day. This woman had 2 kids, screaming kids in the back. She's driving in one hand and talking on her cell phone in the other, and she just swerves right directly into my lane. I'm coming like this, and she just swerves right into my lane, and we're just going to hit. She just looked up at the last time and zipped back into her lane. I couldn't move over because there was a car on my right side. I mean, you see, so ignorance of objects, it can be a very desirable situation. Ignorance of objects is the object of awareness. In other words, it's what awareness meditates on in deep sleep. Meditates on nothing, on absence. The awareness of the objects in the waking and dream, and the awareness of the lack of objects in deep sleep is the same. So now we've determined that the awareness in all 3 states is the same. This is just about understanding. This is not about doing anything. Once you get it clear how it is in your head, then that's all. The problem is solved. Because the whole problem, as we said earlier, is what? Ignorance. It's not anything other than just, I don't understand what I am, how life is, how it's experienced. So we're just trying to get it clear. Nobody's got their name on this. I mean, you don't have to sign up, for this. You don't have to get a password and sign in. Don't you hate it? You can't. Why can't I just go in there and do it? No, I've got to put in my name and then put in a password, and then I got to put in another I don't get the second password after the first one, and it has to be just the same. If it's not the same, then I can't get in there. Sometimes I just say, "Oh, to hell with this," and click on another button, go somewhere else.
Sometimes they let you in too, and other times they don't.
Yeah.
But that's my experience.
Anyway. Modern life.
Who's they?
Yeah, they. They means ignorance. Huh? Why don't they do they means ignorance. There's no they. They just means everybody's stupid here. Everybody doesn't know who they are and what's going on, and because of that, it just creates all of this problems for everybody.
So there's really no conspiracy.
There's no conspiracy. All the conspiracy people think, there's a bunch of really evil old guys, sitting there with bags of money and guns and weapons, and they're out to get us. No, it's not like that. There's no conspiracy. You got ready-made ignorance here. Huh? That's all it is. Huh?
Built in.
Built in. Built in. It hits everybody from the top guys to the bottom guys.
No.
It doesn't matter how smart you are, or how ignorant you are, how rich you are, how poor you are, whether your color your skin is or anything. If you're here and you don't know who you are, you're ignorant. And you're going to contribute to this mess. That's all there is to it.
Oh, Illuminati.
Oh yeah, and then there's the secret Illuminati, and they're the secret ascended masters, and they're up there fighting against that awful cabal of nasty, ignorant, conspiracy-oriented people. And there's a great war going on between the good guys who are trying to enlighten us and the bad guys who are trying to darken us. Anyway, and I'm going to talk a little more about awareness. Awareness is unchanging throughout all cycles of time, in the past, present, and future. So you're not changing. You're not going through anything. You're not getting old, you're not getting young. You're the same in all, no matter what time does, awareness is the same. Unlike the sun, it does not rise or set. It is self-revealing. Do I need another light to see that light? No. I don't need another light to see that light. Yes, sir, I see that you got your flashlight out. What are you doing looking up in the sky? Well, I'm looking to see if I can see the sun. Oh, yeah, you want to see the sun with your flashlight. Well, that's good. That's very good. Come on. You don't need a flashlight to see the sun. You see the sun in its own light. It reveals itself. So, this is what Vedanta doesn't reveal the self. The self is already apparent, isn't it? That I exist, that I am conscious, that I am here and present. It doesn't take any kind of teaching for that, does it? You don't need any teaching for that. You are present, you are here, you are conscious. What do? We just try to knock off your notions that make you think that you're not here and present and conscious, and to understand the significance, the importance of being here and being present and being conscious. What does it mean to